Papers this morning, attacked train, families of abducted passengers protest. And then the riders here, my expectant sister, husband with terrorists. Protesting pastors seek bombing of bandits. DHQ to Nigerians, don't despair. From a story for the Nation newspapers this morning.
It's the latest on the passenger train attack there. You can see that families are outraged enough. I mean, it's the 10-11 since this episode happened, and if you had heard the threats of those terrorists when they said that if the government does not meet their demands, they will turn that place into an abattoir, you become scared immediately. You become worried that if you have a family member there, then how do you go to sleep? You know. Now, some stories have emerged too that it is not all completely true that the boss at the Bank of Agriculture that was released because, according to the terrorists, it was Ramadan was old, and I was really released. The report we're hearing now is that his family paid 100 million naira in cash, you know, to these terrorists. Another video emerged yesterday of course, we didn't see the cash. It was loaded in cartons inside a vehicle. The military who intercepted it said that's another 100 million naira heading to the bandits camp, you know, to pay ransom. They didn't open the carton, so we didn't see if indeed it was cash, but that was what they were saying. What's happening now is because families are trying their best and raising funds and going to pay ransom to release family members. The bandits are saying 167 is in their captivity. That's a lot of people, you know, and we of course we will not hear what the military, the DSS, and the police is doing to try to see if they can release these captives from captivity. They will not tell us. We don't want them to tell us. We just want to hear perhaps that the military has been able to rescue all of these people. It's the story we have now. Family members are protesting. Some Christian pastors under a group came up in Kaduna yesterday and also carried placards. The same thing. They had a prayer session and then they protested. The state of security, the state of insecurity in Kaduna is baffling, and then nobody knows where it's next. You know, so you can understand the outrage. It's clear. People, you can't go to bed if your family member is there. Some people have up to 3-4 family members in the hand of those captives. You know, so I clearly understand how desperate families can be when they begin to pay this ransom. You know, someone asked me yesterday, how did the Bank of Agriculture man manage to get 100 million naira? I said, well, who knows? Desperate measures, desperate times calls of desperate measures, you know. Yeah. So family members just have to raise the money, and that's what we're saying. You know, the terrorists, they are comfortable in where they are hiding now to make that video and make the kind of claims they are making that if the government does not yield to their demands, they will turn the place into an abattoir.
Wow. 2022 budget deficit hits 7.38 trillion naira. Page 5. That's where you get to read the story. And the writer for this one, Buhari writes, lawmakers. RMAFC proposes 3.3% cut in federal government allocation, and then the writer states councils to get more. The formula here now: federal government 52.68%, proposed 45.17%, states 26.72%, then proposed 29.79%, then councils 20.60%, proposed 21.05%.
If the National Assembly approves it, they're going to be at the beginning of a fiscal restructuring, kind of, you know. For almost 30 years now, the revenue mobilization, revenue allocation formula hasn't changed. It's been the same. You know, it favors the federal government largely, you know. So President Buhari has decided to look at it again, and the revenue mobilization has given him new figures, new arrangements, you know, to share the nation's revenue. Of course, there are some funds that will go into into some consolidated revenue fund, the ones that will go into the ecological fund and all those other special funds, you know. But what goes into the federation account to share is what the revenue mobilization is proposing, a new revenue sharing formula. What exists, as you said, currently is that the federal government gets 45.17% of everything that goes into the federation account to share, you know, and then the states get 29.79%, and then local governments go home with 21.04%. The local government funds are usually tied to the state government funds, and that's why you hear that state governors control the LG funds, you know. because it is released together, and it behoves on the states to now release that for the local government. Some governors have never attempted to do that. They micromanage the LGAs, But what we have now, what the revenue mobilization is proposing now, reduces. What is currently is 52% for the federal government, 26% for the state government, and 20% for the local government. But what the revenue is proposing now is it takes cuts the federal government own to 45%, increases that for states from 26 to 29, and increases that of local government from 20.60% to 21.04%. More money in the hands of the states, more money in the hands of the local government. Questions will arise, because we have seen some state governors never do anything with all the funds they get, and there are people who also argue that there's too much resources in the hands of the center, of the federal government. So reduce it. This is fiscal restructuring. I hope the National Assembly takes a proper look at it and probably approve it.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment, and like.